This is the Policy Council. My name is Apoyemi Agbaje. Today we are talking development and integration in Western Nigeria. Recently, a document called DAWN, Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, was launched. What's it about? Why a regional development agenda? What's the process that took those who brought up that agenda to this point? Today, I have two guests with me to discuss these and related issues. Mr. Oyewumi is a legal practitioner and business person. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And Mrs. Toke Benson Awoyinka. It's my pleasure. She's a lawyer, a politician, and a business person. You're both welcome to the program.
Good evening, Lagos.
This DAWN is supposed to have been midwifed by the Afenifere Renewal Group. What's ARG? Why the involvement in this project?
ARG, the Afenifere Renewal Group, is a pan-Yoruba socio-cultural and political organization that is made up of Yoruba professionals, both at home and in the diaspora, who subscribe to the ethos of social democracy and the economic doctrine of our late sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, in determining a developmental agenda for the people. We subscribe to the ideals of the development based on man, and we feel that as a group, we can recreate or restart the process in the light of developments over the past couple of years in our region.
Toke, what you have just, and of course you both are members of the ARG, yes. What you've just done as ARG is the role of government, isn't it? Why did ARG have to take on this responsibility?
Well, we found out that things have fallen apart. The center is no longer holding. There are issues everywhere. We now have to go back to the regions to determine a way forward. And we, as young Yoruba educated people, sat down together. We put a group of professionals together under the Yoruba Academy, which is an offshoot of Afenifere Renewal Group. We had a weekend retreat, and we talked about all the issues from transportation to education, generally nation building. And we are just here to fill the vacuum.
Okay, let me go back to the process through which you arrived at this DAWN document. How did you get here?
It was an interesting process. Of course, it's a matter that agitated a lot of people around. And at the time the ARG came together, we thought it was necessary for us to request the academy to look into the possibility of developing a program to restart, like I said, the process of development. So the Yoruba Academy was given that remit, and they went into it by inviting experts in different fields of endeavor, especially around the Southwest, both from the academia and from the professions. And the experts sat together over a couple of months to develop what I'll call the framework of the roadmap. It was the framework of the roadmap that was now represented to ARG, which we took to a retreat, a 3-day retreat that we held in Ibadan. It was at the retreat that we reviewed the presentation, contributions were made, and the document Development Agenda for Western Nigeria was developed.
Okay, I witnessed the launch of this document. An impressive ceremony. It seems you assembled all the 6 governors of, 5 and 1 was represented. So essentially, on the face of it, we have buy-in from all the parties. What are the next steps?
Well, the next steps now is to set up the commission. We have a commission coming up in Ibadan, the Yoruba political capital. It's going to comprise of 3 men from each of the states. Like you said, it's Ondo, Ogun, Osun, Lagos, and Ekiti. Oyo as well. We're putting our heads together, 3 people from each state with a number of us. We join together with them, and then we set up the commission and we start work from there, take it to the next level.
But perhaps there's a possibility that politics may interfere with the process. What do you say to that?
Well, there is always that fear. But I can say right away that this is a development agenda for the people of the Southwest. And politics is certainly not one of the considerations in developing the agenda.
Okay, I'll stop you there. We'll go further in looking at the Dawn document after this break. You're welcome back. I still have Oye Oyewumi and Toke Benson Awoyinka with me on the program. Now, we spoke about how you arrived at this. How is this going to be implemented? The ARG doesn't have a government. It doesn't have...
Yeah, well, the good thing you've observed is that we already have the buy-in of the state governments, as attested to by the various governors that attended the launching ceremony. At least that is a good beginning. And I can also say that as a matter of policy, each state government has nominated a cabinet-level member to be in the commission that is going to drive the process. Okay. So it's going to be an interface between the ARG and the various state governments working within the Joint Commission to ensure that implementation is smooth and effective.
Okay, Toke, I've read the document. It's an ambitious program. You talk about a Trans-Southwest Railway. You talk about a Southwest Development Finance Institution, the power self-sufficiency. Ambitious goals. How are you going to finance all of this?
We're thinking of financing through the private sector and partly through government. We're going to work together as a team. For the railway, for instance, we're partnering with the federal government because we have to lease the right of way from the rail tracks from the Nigerian Railway. And you think of it, Okpe, from Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, to Ido would probably take you like 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. If I have to do the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, I would do 3 hours when there's no traffic, or 4 hours with the Ogere traffic. So we've thought of everything, and financing shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we are hoping that we will be able to achieve all this. I think I must state this at this point, that all that is being done, all that has been projected, is not really in spite of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Rather, it is within the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we believe that the federal government will extend all the necessary cooperation and support that we would need to be able to achieve most of this.
There's the argument. There are those who fear that all the regional steps that we've seen the Braced Commission in the South-South, we see the meeting of the Southeast governors. I saw a representative of the Southeast, South-South professionals at your launch. And then Dawn is coming in. Is it pulling Nigeria apart? Or do you think, as I think, that actually development in the regions can facilitate faster development of the country itself?
Well, if you look at it, the last time we developed in the real sense of development was when we were in regions. Recently, I think the IG or Commissioner of Police somewhere said, oh, Nigeria is too vast to be policed. So why not just take it in bits and pieces? When the South-South sit together and come up with something for development, the Southwest sits together as a region. We are the people here. We know our needs. If I have to go through Okota and the roads are bad, the federal government doesn't know about that. But within the states and within the region, it is easier. A faster process of development can take place. Let's talk about education. We talk of free education in the Southwest. The federal government probably does not buy into that free education system. But if we as a region think, oh, education is slipping by and uneducated societies, the worst thing that can happen to a nation. And we think, okay, we sit down as a nation and we say, let's build education in the Southwest. Let's revamp the universities in the Southwest. Let's come up with a Southwestern University with a College of Medicine in Lagos, engineering in Ibadan, computer science and IT and agriculture in Ekiti. We will develop at a faster rate than waiting on the federal government for the handouts.
Those of us who saw what I call the Southwest rate of development, which we recorded between 1952 and 1962.
Yeah, that is very correct.
That's what you're talking about.
Exactly what we're talking
and that's
about.
why I take the attitude that when you hear about this, actually it should be considered a positive development rather than a negative one. This is
context.
This is the time when, for a change, looking backwards sounds better than looking forwards, because that's the only time we know we have experienced real development.
Thank you very much. I think what you're saying ties into the debate about the structure of federalism, the structure
We're going
of
back
the
that
country,
route again.
and
Yes.
perhaps it's the federalist debate back again. But this time, commendably, on the basis of development,
yes.
rather than politics.
And it is also clear that there is an urge on the part of the people to see development. There is a reason for them to begin to, because there's a vacuum. So that is why it seems as if efforts are being taken at a level where people think that they can be more effective.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toke.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.